Hello YouTube, Dave here again. I just want to make a quick video, and before I get started, there is some maintenance work going on in my apartment building and has been going on since around 9 o'clock this morning. So you're probably going to hear some of that being picked up, and I do apologize for that. Basically a while back there was a pipe in one of the water pipes beneath the floor near the entrance to the building had ruptured. So I think they're putting in, sounds like they're putting in the new floor now. They just had the plywood covering it. So anyway, but that's not why I'm here. Also, just as a quick thing, I apologize for not having a video up yesterday. Yesterday I was I spent the entire day getting stuff ready to do some volunteer work, which actually involves Dungeons & Dragons, which is really cool, and I'll talk about that in a later video. The reason that I'm here today is I was checking Dungeon Masters Guild, which is part of DriveThruRPG, and this is quickly becoming one of my absolute favorite resources. I've gotten a couple of print-on-demand items, which I've shown in videos, and I've ordered the D&D Rule Cyclopedia, which we have right here, and I'm just waiting for that to come in. But what's really cool is they released a whole bunch of other stuff available. Just right now they're just PDFs, but I'm hoping it will lead to print on demand. So what we have here is this is the D&D Basic Expert Rule Sets, and they have a whole bunch of them here. So I'm just going to click on this one here. So this is, see if I can get a close-up of the cover there. So this is like the old school D&D Basic, and I think this is either the Holmes or the Moldvay. There's a description in the bottom there. I'm not going to go through and read the whole thing right now. I just saw these and I wanted to make a video for it right away. So this is really cool. They have that. They also have, a little bit later on here, they have the expert rules. Which again is, whoops, I did not mean to do that. So they got the expert rules, which again is really cool. That's 1980. So in Tuesday's video I had mentioned that Keep on the Borderlands came with the Menser D&D Basic rules, and a lot of people pointed out that I was incorrect, so I thank you guys very much for pointing that out. D&D Basic's a little bit different than some of the other versions because there's different types of the let's just zoom out a little bit here. There are different types of the basic rule sets. So these ones here, I think it's the Moldvay, the Holmes or Moldvay. I think they're the same. They just kind of updated, but they're the ones that had the basic rules for that I showed earlier. This one here had Keep on the Borderlands with it. So it wasn't the Menser D&D. Those ones didn't come with adventures, I guess, or I was led to understand. So I apologize for that. Again, the basic D&D stuff is kind of where I'm a little bit unsure because I don't own it. But we do have also the BECMI basic rules. So we got the basic, expert, master, companion, and second here. Yeah, we do add the companion, so we've got all the different rule sets. So this is the Menser D&D Basic Dungeons & Dragons. So this is the one. This is the red box that Wizards of the Coast used for their 4th edition D&D Essentials starter set, if you've seen that. So this is where that one came from. So I believe this is the Menser D&D. This is the BECMI. So I made a mistake and I apologize, but people did correct me, and that's awesome. So thank you guys very much. So it has all 5 of the rule sets in the players' books as well as the Dungeon Masters books for the ones that have them separated. So again, it's just really, really cool that they have all this available. And you can get it now for PDFs. It's showing right now like $5. So you can get these for like $1 off at this point, it looks like. Actually, sorry, that's a module. Let's just go back. Yeah, so the rule books are $5 for the PDF, and again, I'm hoping that this will lead to a print-on-demand offering in the near future, because I would love to get the Holmes basic and the expert rules, and yeah. So again, I just wanted to show that off because it's really cool that they have that. They also have In Search of the Unknown available. They have Before the Lost City, Isle of Dread, which I have a physical copy of, which is really cool. Castle Amber, which is great. Palace of the Silver Princess. I'm not too familiar with that one. I've never really heard of that one, but it is for the basic rules. And they also have somewhere here, and I think it's available for the print on demand, if I can find it really quick. So I think I may have mentioned it once before. But I honestly, my memory's kind of failing me on that. But they also have the, what's it called? The Shady Dragon Inn, I think it was, which was like a pre-made tavern and inn that you can use for your campaigns. And it's just a really cool product. So it's awesome that they released this, that they made this stuff available. Because, again, I'm hoping that will lead to a print on demand. But if you're interested in getting the basic and expert rules, they have the Holmes version, and they have the Menser versions available. So I'm actually, like I said, I'm hoping that they do at least the Holmes version as print on demand, because I like to compare that with the Rule Cyclopedia once I get it. So again, that's really cool, but that's not the only thing. They've also made the original D&D booklets available as well. So you have, and I actually haven't clicked on these yet. So for the longest time, all that they had was the swords and spells under the OD&D header. So that's all that they had. They didn't have anything else to go with it. So this here, I believe this has, I believe this is the white box. I think this has the first three. Oh, that's not much of a help there. But I think this has the first three books. So yeah, here we go. So you get all three books: Men and Magic, Monsters and Treasures, and Underworld and Wilderness Adventures, plus the reference sheets, which is really cool. They also have the chainmail rules, which was the combat system that was used. And what's interesting is it's also the 3rd edition, which I believe is the version of chainmail that I have. So again, that's really cool. The one downside, I believe, whoops, where we go here? Oh, just click back. I meant to open that as a separate tab. But I think the only downside is that for the ones that they're showing here, looks like they're showing the updated covers from the 2013 reprint. So as you can see, this is not the original Eldritch Wizardry cover. And I believe, I honestly want to say that the Eldritch Wizardry cover, which had an exposed woman on an altar, is probably the sole reason why they redesigned all the covers. But if you get the PDFs, it looks like it's going to have the covers. In fact, it says here about the cover. So the covers of the first two D&D supplements featured black and white line art, but Eldritch Wizardry showed D&D was coming up in the world. Through the 7th and final issue of the Strategic Review, which is TSR, Beat It to the Punch, Eldritch Wizardry was the first supplement to feature full cover art. The art itself was quite controversial, featuring a nude woman tied to an altar. It reflected the casual attitude toward nudity found in early D&D products. It was also the exact sort of image D&D would be moving away from, following the religious rights assaults on the game in the early 80s. Editor Tim Kask says they debated the pluses and minuses of the artwork and eventually went with it, but did indeed catch a lot of flack about those boobs. So yeah, it looks like the new ones are giving you the updated covers, but there's a lot of cool stuff here. It's just really awesome to see that they've got all 7 of the books available. The first 3 come in a bundle, so for $9.99, and the other products are $4.99 each, and I believe that's the US prices. And they also have Swords and Spells, which I said they've had for a while, which is really cool. And they have the chainmail rules, so like this isn't something I'm going to take advantage of because I have all this stuff already, and I have the original covers. So for me, there's no real reason to pick these up. But for people who are interested in OD&D, here you go. So these are the books. You can get them now as PDF downloads, and again, hopefully they will make these things available in the future, which would be really, really cool for print on demand, which is something that I'd like to see. I'd love to see all of this catalog be made available for print on demand, because I think that would be absolutely fantastic. And like I said, this Dungeon Masters Guild is a site that I ignored for the longest time. I guess the main thing is I only understood it originally as like, fan creations for adventures and rule stuff, and just, I wasn't really interested in any of that. But when I finally learned that, or when I finally realized that, yeah, they've got a whole bunch of old school D&D stuff, and that they're doing print on demand for, some of these things, it's just really, really cool. So I'm really starting to love this website more and more. And for anyone, wondering, where I do consider myself to be a somewhat serious collector of Dungeons and Dragons, print on demand does not bother me in any way, shape, or form. For a lot of these things, it's probably going to be the only way I'm going to find them. And when I did my video on the Rules Cyclopedia, I did a price comparison with eBay searches, and you could just see that there was no way I was going to spend anywhere near the kind of money that they wanted on eBay for that book. So print on demand, in my opinion, is a perfectly valid form of collecting, especially when it comes to some of this classic stuff that is just going to be hard to find anywhere else. So that's, again, really cool that they have that. They also have a bunch of Hollow World stuff that they've released, it looks like, for the basic Dungeons and Dragons. So yeah, there's just a lot of really, really great stuff here. It also has the creature catalog, which I think is also available for print on demand. So that might be something that I might consider getting in the future as well. But anyway, like I said, I just wanted to kind of show this off, and wanted to raise awareness, because this is, in my opinion, this is a really cool way for people who are newer to Dungeons & Dragons to get that opportunity to actually go back and check out some of D&D's rich history, and see like some of the rule changes and how things have evolved over the years and changed. So this is really awesome, and again, I wanted to make this video as soon as I saw it. So anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.